If you are posting content and you still feel like it's not hitting with your audience, I need you to put away your content calendar, your content templates, and I want you to focus on optimizing your content system versus planning content, because I don't necessarily think that you have a problem with planning your content. I recently got a notification on my Instagram that I have posted 199 weeks in a row. For context, that is 3 years and 10 months. And I want to share with you, specifically in relation to short form content, what I have learned when it comes to turning views, and we don't need tens of thousands of millions of views, into sales, which means cash in your bank account. Something over the past nearly 4 years that I have learned is the biggest thing with content creation is always taking everything as feedback and data. I don't think about what the algorithm's doing. I don't think about what the next trend is. I don't think about how I can go viral for the sake of going viral. What I do focus on is something that never, ever changes, which is human behavior. How, specifically for me, my audience likes to consume, but my ideal buyer, how they like to buy, what they want to see, what they need to hear. By the way, if you love the topic of this video, hit the subscribe button because it lets me know that I should be creating more content around this type of content. Now let's go into the first system. I actually share this with my members, so you're getting the behind the scenes of what it's like to work with me. This is what I call quite literally setting up a personalized system when it comes to what you are going to create. It's super simple. All you need to worry about is the theme of your content and then the topics underneath the theme. Now, if you are watching this and you are a business, to be a sustainable business, you need to be profitable. So you need to ensure that your themes and your topics actually in some way, shape, or form link to, number one, building your personal brand, but of course, most importantly, being able to link to the offer or offers that you are selling. One of the biggest mistakes that I see in entrepreneurs, and I've worked with hundreds over the past few years, is that they want to create content on absolutely everything. They think that building a personal brand, being able to humanize a brand, their business, the way that they are selling comes from sharing absolutely everything. But something that I tell all my members is, yes, we should have pockets and topics and themes that relate to our personal experiences. And we're going to come back to this point later on in the video, but it needs to make sense of why you are speaking about a topic, why you have chosen a certain theme. For example, if you were to work with me and you're a product-based business and you're selling activewear, if I was to go on your business Instagram or TikTok and every single post was about you gardening with no link to the activewear, that wouldn't make sense. But if I land on your Instagram or your TikTok, you're selling activewear, and maybe a topic under a theme is you training to run a marathon, can you see how running a marathon, wearing your own activewear, that ties in nicely? Before I started to develop this simple system, which as it sounds, it is simple. What are the themes, including your story, and then what are the topics underneath those themes? I remember there was a time that I was just trying to post everything and anything and trying to make it relate to my audience, to my ideal buyer. But the best thing that you can do with yourself to create a sense of calm in your head when it comes to content creation is have your themes, have your topics, and follow those. When you optimize developing the topics you're going to speak about, how they link to your personal brand, your business, then you stop just posting something to get it up. And that's exactly where I was. It would be 9, 10 p.m. and I thought I need to post some type of content. So I'll just post anything and try and make it relate. Create a system versus thinking that everything that's happening in your life and business needs to be put out on the internet. A real practical step for you, look at it every single quarter just to see what I've really focused on, what has resonated, making sure I'm auditing my own content. And you will notice that there's some topics that you don't speak about that often, and that's okay. You don't need to hit every single topic in a week. This takes us to the content system number 2, which is pretend you are FaceTiming a loved one, your best friend, you're having a bit of a gossip. I started to utilize this probably a year and a half ago. When I first heard this concept, I haven't made it up, but when I first heard this concept, I thought, okay, that's easier said than done because there needs to be a sense of professionalism, right? And there can be. But what I want you to actually start to embody and think of when it comes to the vibe of FaceTiming a friend is how you would relay information or how you would speak. I will preface this by saying, of course, there is nuance to everything. As an example, for me, my audience is a past version of myself, a past version of the woman I once was. So I start to think, what are the exact ways that I would speak to that past version of myself when it comes to the solution and the transformation that I am offering? I used to get really in my head exactly how to position my wording, or when I was filming short film content or even writing out an Instagram carousel post. But I start to think the more humanized, aka FaceTiming with a friend, that you are, and you're relaying exactly what the problem is you solve, how you are connecting and nurturing with your audience, and how you are helping them make a decision to buy from you as a business, the more you humanize that, the easier it becomes because you're not performing. You're creating content, but you're creating it from your own personality. A little tip that I give to all of my members is to start on TikTok. TikTok is such a great platform where you can quite literally pick up the camera, start talking, and post it. It doesn't mean that you can't do that on any other platform, but it's definitely the easiest to have that raw, organic conversation with your ideal audience. Plus, it's a perfect place to practice speaking on camera. I had been creating content for Instagram years before I started to take TikTok seriously. And honestly, it wasn't until last year I started to really utilize the platform properly for my business to be able to drive leads into either a free lead magnet or a paid offer. And my initial reservation was honestly, what is the line between being personable and professional? But it really helped me develop my voice. It helped me overcome a lot of my fear of being seen and judged online. And it also helped me develop a certain presence when it comes to speaking to my ideal audience. Which takes us to content system number 3. This has honestly been a game changer. As I said to you, I only started to take TikTok seriously for business last year. And the rule I follow is every single question is a separate video. And so if we go back to system number 1 of understanding our themes and our topics, we'll look at all the questions you get. Do they fit into your themes and topics? And you should be taking note of them, screenshotting them, keeping it in a folder on your Google Drive. This is what I do because I get it. We're busy. We don't always have the time right then and there as a business owner, as someone living life, to see a comment and answer straight away. And so if that's the case, take a screenshot. It's perfect to create content that actually appeals to your audience and it's answering questions they want answered. Last year, I launched my membership, Woman Mastery HQ membership, and this has been my life's work as nearly 7 years in business. But I'll tell you what, seeing the questions that I was getting asked repeatedly over both TikTok and Instagram really helped shape the premise of the membership and the pain points and the desires. And so when I started to create content around all of those questions, either A, directly replying to the question on your video, or B, saving it away for later and creating a series or isolated carousel posts, that helped me develop my launch runway for my membership. I used to really get inside my head when it came to content, thinking, what do they want to consume? What do they want to hear? What should I speak about? But honestly, the more you create content, the more people are going to have questions, which means more content for you. So start to collect all of the questions you get. And if you already have questions from past customers, from current customers or clients, think of what are the main questions that are always asked. If someone that has already bought your product or your service is asking that and wants clarification on something, guaranteed that someone else that would buy from you wants the same clarification. Looking at the questions, understanding exactly what's happening in people's head. And I'll give you a little bit of a hint as well that I get some of my members to do when it comes to market research. Market research doesn't always have to be, let's send a quiz to past customers, let's get on a 15-minute call with past clients. Market research can be as easy as going through the threads on Reddit. Look verbatim what people are saying when it comes to problems. Type in what your product is and the problems people face. Type in what your service is or what you're making, let's say that group coaching about. Maybe it's dating in your 30s. Go have a look on Reddit and see what people are actually saying verbatim. If you were selling gold jewelry, go look at what people are saying when it comes to buying gold jewelry. If you cannot be bothered to actively send out quizzes and get on calls, especially as a service provider, don't want to keep spending your time getting on market research calls, use Reddit. And everything that you see on Reddit goes straight back to what I said of using all of that context to create content. Now, this will help with content system number 4. Create a very niche signature series that leads to a low ticket offer. Last year, I created a workshop that you can get in the link below called Seen in Seasons. This came from an idea of, overall, I'm a business strategist. I teach strategy, I teach messaging, I teach sales, I teach content ecosystems. But instead of doing a paid workshop on all of the above, I thought, what's a very niche problem that I've been having conversations about, that I've seen with my own members, past clients? And one of those was, how do I build a business through all the different seasons of life? Through lifing, through having a baby, through having other priorities, through traveling. And so I created a workshop called Seen in Seasons that went through my own system of working through the 3 seasons, which are integration, bloom, and sprint. Now, that is a low ticket paid workshop. And so when I first started to market that, I was creating content around that. I was creating content around what are the pains, what are the problems that my ideal audience is actually going through when it comes to actually building a profitable and a sustainable business, but you still want to live your life. That has been one of the most successful workshops, if not the most successful paid workshop I've ever done. Not only did I directly address through my short form content the premise of being busy but wanting to sustain a profitable business, I developed a resource that my target audience could consume, and it was very tactical and practical. You can get that in the link below, or if you want to start at something free, there is a link for a video training and resource when it comes to creating short form content. It's called Unmuted. It's incredible. The dashboard is yours. You get to personalize it. Plus, there's a video explaining exactly what parts of the content system, attracting, nurturing, and converting people, you need. It's all in there. I actually had so much fun creating that, and it's a really great example of a very niche problem, short form content, and converting people from it, that I am now educating people on. Now, if you're watching this and you think, I'm product-based, what can I do? Very low barrier are free trials, free product samples if you're able to, or even something like getting people to sign up for a 5-day free email series where you go into the ins and outs of how they can get the most out of the product that they buy from. And when you find something that works for you, regardless of whether your product or service based, keep doing it until it doesn't work. I say this to my members, and this is something I was guilty of early on in my business, is we always feel like once it's working, it's the sabotage. I need to change it or I need to refine it. No. Once you find a content system and something that works in that system, keep doing it until it doesn't work. Which takes me to the very last content system, more so principle, that I want you to remember when it comes to turning your views into actual sales. I know that you want to teach. I know that you want to educate. I know that you know so much about your offer, but I need you to infuse storytelling. And this is why the content system number one of your themes and topics is so important. You need to know what stories, micro stories, actually work with the personal brand you're building and the offers that you are selling. Teaching people makes them think. Telling stories actually sells because you're humanizing why you started a brand, why you're selling something. I mentioned this, but don't just talk about any story if it's not related. Don't tell a sob story just to get people to feel sorry for you. Think about how you can relate to your ideal audience, but also at the same time show them, but I am the expert, or my product is the thing you need. Here is the problem you're having. Here's why I started this. Here's the solution and the transformation. And this is exactly how you can pay for this offer. I'm going to give you an example. So if I look at my theme of my story, a big part of that is the fact that I quit my job. I moved country to Bali with $700 in my savings, and I began this current business. That was in 2019. Now, I have told that story over the course of the past few years a few times in its entirety. But if I was to create micro stories from that, I can take parts that are relevant, dependent on the topic and the theme of the content I want to put out. So maybe something I'm focusing on is money. I can start to talk about the lessons or the mistakes I made with money and quitting my job and beginning a business. Another micro story from there is what was the foundational things I had to think about when I was actually beginning a business? What were the systems? Where did I even have to start? And those things relate to my one core offer, which is my membership, Woman Mastery HQ. And so the other side of my membership is the subconscious. So I could then talk about what were the fear and beliefs that came up in the first year of business for me. What were the fears of visibility when it came to telling people, hey, I'm quitting my job, I'm moving country, I have $700 in my bank account, and I'm going to make this work. See how I've taken one big story and I've broken it up into micro stories that I can relate to different aspects of my core offer. Money mindset, sales strategy, systems and business, and the subconscious mastery work. Don't confuse trying to humanize your brand with telling every single part about you. There are things that I will never share on the internet just because it's personal life, it involves other people, and that's okay. But I think it's important to be able to show, why should someone pay you? Why should they invest their money into your product, into your service? What's in it for them? Not only the transformation, but also how do you know that it's going to solve their problem? Bringing this all together, I know that content creation can feel like a lot. And I often get questions of how do you create so much content, Jess? And really, content creation is a habit with a little bit of the tactical side. And when you follow things that I've shared with you today, not only do you get to see content in a different light, you can also feel clearer about what you are creating and the purpose of it, especially as a business owner. Stop trying to add more. Stop trying to follow the trends. Stop worrying about every single algorithm update. I used to, and it used to drive me crazy. I want you to leverage what you are doing, optimize what you are doing, refine. When, as a business owner, you should be making decisions from data, not feedback. And so if you follow these content systems, you're able to actually extract data versus seeing what's happening with the algorithm, seeing what's going viral that day, or seeing what your mood is. And so the next step for this is to actually understand your self-sabotaging patterns. When you're in the cycle, what does it look like for you, and how to actually stop the cycle of self-sabotage?